Welcome back to another episode of Let's Play 1001 Games. I'm your host, Gaming Jay, and join me as I enlist in the Marines today. I'm being sent off to the war. I was strapping grenades to my leg, loading an Uzi. This is me. Actually, this is a pretty accurate representation of me. This is what I look like when I go out shopping. This is Operation Wolf. A pretty hardcore U.S. Army game from 1987. It's telling me to insert a coin, and I don't want to piss this game off, so I'm going to do what it tells me. Okay, so if I was playing in the arcades in the 80s, I'd be holding an Uzi light gun. As you see here, bullets fly out of the gun by pulling the trigger, and these bombs from pressing the button. I actually don't have a light gun. I have a mouse. It's a little meeker, but you know, this is what you do in the year 2016 when you're trying to play a game from the 80s. Operation initiated. Rescue the hostages. Oh, this is interesting. So the game actually has kind of a story, and we're going to have cutscenes and stuff. So we saw a little overview of the levels. And here it is. Pretty much, I showed up in whatever country I'm in, and I'm just gunning everyone down. I mean, this is kind of, you know, American politics in the 80s, am I right? Oh, I'm not supposed to shoot those nurses. But yeah, this is like every action movie in the 80s was just so not nuanced. You know, it was just like Americans shooting up foreigners, often people from the Middle East. I feel like you can't really get away with that level of sort of cultural insensitivity and like these days, because like, you know, any war that's ever been fought, it's, you know, people have realized it's not really obvious who the good guy and the bad guy is, and you know, Americans in the 80s were portrayed in all their movies as being like Rambo, heroes, John Commando, but in reality, you know, who's the real good guy and bad guy in this situation? War is hell, right, guys? So anyway, as I say that, I'm blowing up helicopters with like an Uzi. This has got to be some gun to like literally shoot down helicopters out of the sky. An interesting part about, or an interesting aspect of this game is the level ends not when you get to a certain point in the level, but when you've killed enough guys. Okay, you succeeded in demolishing the communication setup and cutting off the enemy from rescue. Oh man! Now you're trapped with me, you SOBs. Time for justice. What's my name in this game? I am Roy Adams. The most American name you could come up with? Well, maybe John Adams actually would be more American. But, yeah, so this level... was that guy jumping out of the truck at me? What's this guy doing here? Dude, you're in a war zone! Take cover! But this game... There's a pig! There's a guy hopping! Oh, I shot a civilian. My boss is not gonna like that. He said no civilian casualties. Anyway, this level does not end when I hit a certain point. It ends when you kill enough people. So I guess you have a taste for blood, and when that is satisfied, then you finally are able to rest. So yeah, I'm just gonna kill as much as I can, because that's how we progress in this game. I have a taste for blood, and that's the only way I feel comfortable moving forward. I probably could have snuck through this jungle, like all Metal Gear Solid style, and not killed a single guy. That is not how Roy Adams functions, people. So in this game, you play as a special forces dude who's coming to rescue some hostages. Uh-oh, you have sustained lethal injury.
Sorry, but you are finished.
I should say. Here. He's dying with a grin, though, which is kind of morbid. Wait. J. Oh, there we go. A. You know what I never used was my grenades. Okay. Wait. Do I get to continue? Bullet hit rate, enemy clear rate, intelligence? No. I'm putting in a whole bunch of quarters. Are you serious? I have to start all over again? Uh-oh, this is not going to bode well for us, guys. my whole strategy with playing arcade games is to be able to insert as many quarters as I want to just continue to continue. This is not good. Anyway, in this game you play Roy Adams, your special forces agent set in to save some hostages. So they kind of give you like a good story where you're supposed to be a good guy. Is that guy even involved, or did I shoot out that window and like ambush the poor guy? He was just doing some paperwork in that building. I brought him into the fight though. And where are these people going? Why can't I kill them? Are they actually on my side or what? Man, these people are dying gruesome deaths. Apparently, so according to Wikipedia actually, this game is one of the first games to have a story. Now, I'm gonna debate that a little bit. You know, when you shoot trucks and stuff, they also show the like bloody red bullet hole, which is kind of weird. I guess they couldn't code two different bullet holes here. Look, the truck's like bleeding as I shoot it. And you can run out of ammo and die in this game, which is kind of interesting. I've never heard of a game where if you run out of ammo, it's game over. But you know what? Actually, I don't mind that. It's different at least. And most games kind of have the impossible, unlimited machine gun, you know, the bottomless clip, where like you never run out of ammo, and it's almost more unrealistic to have that situation. But anyway, I'm getting super distracted here. Oh, I want that ammo!
You succeeded in demolishing the
I succeeded in demolishing the communications. Anyway, Wikipedia says this is one of the first games that has a story. Because of this, we have sort of the map of where we're going to go. We have those cutscenes, if you can call them cutscenes, in between levels. This game came out in 1987, though, and Donkey Kong came out in 1981, and that game kind of had a story, too. It was definitely one of the, like, earliest games to... Look at this. Boom! That's what you get. Start using those grenades. And shoot these pigs, too. I don't know why, but shooting the pig seems like it'll do something good for me. Get out of here. Get out of here. I don't even know how much life I have. It's really hard to tell. Anyway, in Donkey Kong, there kind of was a story, and I know that game was kind of heralded as really revolutionary because it really kind of created a little bit of a plot. So, I mean, from some perspectives, sure, I guess this game is one of the first games to have a story. But from many other perspectives, I don't know about that. So I'm going to go on a record and say Wikipedia might not be the most accurate source of information in this case. It is interesting, though, that for this game, I gotta get a bullet right in the face. You know, where's my backup, by the way? I'm like gunning down a whole village of dudes here. And how terrifying would it be to be on the opposing side? You're like, man, like 1,000 people run at this guy, and he's like gunning them all down. It is horrible. Ooh. No, don't kill me! What's happening? The timer thing keeps getting more intense. Die! Just go away! Did that guy get me? Why is this level not ending? Come on, come on. Sorry, I'm really tense here. I want to try and beat this level. Yes! I'm so close to being dead, though. The location of the concentration camp was sweated out of the enemy. Wow, that guy looks terrified for his life. But not so terrified it's not also comically interesting. Kill all enemies. Can I insert a coin and get life here? What is going on? Why can't I have any life? What are you supposed to do? What am I supposed to do for life? Anyway, whoa! What is a bikini-clad babe doing out here? Am I in California? Am I on like a movie set? Go away, go away. Oh man. No! Don't shoot me! Oh man, you have to be so fast on the draw here. Those like Dr. Peppers or whatever it is that I'm shooting, they're just like, if it wasn't for them, I'd just be totally dead. I feel like I'm not talking as much right now because I feel so tense, like I can't miss a single shot. Another babe! There's like two types of girls. Girls in bikinis and girls who like seem to live in Brazil. Like just normal people wearing normal clothes. Okay. Anyway, It was a very interesting game because back when it was in the arcade, you would have sort of an Uzi. And the Uzi actually, I mean, not only was this a light gun game, but... Oh, what's this coconut? Does nothing. Distracts me from the helicopter, makes me die. That's what it does. What's with all this livestock? Pen up your chickens! Anyway, this was a light gun game, and in the arcade you would have an Uzi. And interestingly enough, the Uzi actually kind of had force feedback. So as you shot, you would get sort of recoil. The village is freed and recovered from damage. Oh yes, I healed! Thank you, woman! Sweet. Ammunition, aim, getaway. What is aim? This game was Japanese and not translated very well, as most Japanese... Oh, like I got bullets in the face, as most Japanese games were. Anyway, I keep bringing up this light gun thing and not getting very far because I keep getting distracted. But the point is that this is a game that you can't really play properly these days. I tried, you know what? I tried to figure out a way to play this game with a light gun. And I thought of things like playing this on my Wii, because you can get arcade emulators and you can put on your Wii. Turns out that, I mean, I don't know, the Wiimote is okay as like a light gun device, but it's not that great, to be totally honest, because, how am I almost dead already? Jeez. Because it doesn't really function like a light gun. Light guns were really... You know, they didn't have any targeting reticles on the screen or anything like that. The raid on the powder magazine was successful. You have a new supply of ammunition. That's cool. It is kind of neat how it's giving me all this stuff. Oh, look at all the bullets. Jeez. And I have a lot of damage, too. There are 5 hostages. Help them.
Thank you.
They look like corporate zombies. But yeah, there's no proper way to really play a light gun game these days. When you have the Wiimote, I mean, you still have the targeting reticle like I've got right now, so you might as well be using a mouse. Like, it doesn't add too much to me to be using a Wiimote, especially when, like, you don't aim a Wiimote by looking down the sights or anything like that. You really use it like a mouse, where, like, you just sort of swing it around the screen. Are those guys sneaking up on the hostages to, like, knife them? That's pretty cool. So I experimented with trying this game on the Wii, and that really wasn't going to work. So then I thought about maybe not playing this and trying to order a light gun off the internet. But long story short, to play light gun games, you need a CRT TV. It doesn't work with flat screens these days. Which means that games like this are kind of lost to the ages. I mean, you could get a CRT TV, you could get a light gun. But, I mean, beyond me, who's playing it for a series, and I mean, I don't even want to do that, would any of you guys go to all this trouble just to play this, like, honestly mediocre shooting game from the 80s? Probably not. Which begs the question, like, has the gameplay of this game really kind of been lost to the ages? I would argue that in some ways it really has. Because, yeah, I'm playing with a mouse here, and, you know, I'm doing my thing. But it's just not the same. You know, I've played games in the arcade with light guns. I used to play Terminator 2 all the time. That was an awesome light gun game. But you know, there really is something to like aiming down the sights of that you know, controller. So yeah, it's kind of unfortunate in a lot of ways that this type of gameplay is just gone. And it actually makes me wonder if this type of game, because this type of game has totally declined in popularity over the years. I wonder if it's because the light gun is not a very, you know, functional peripheral anymore. Like, nobody really owns an NES zapper. Success in freeing the hostages! Although, you know, I will tell you guys, I did buy an NES zapper over the holidays, maybe for a certain classic NES game that I'll be playing on my Off the Book series at some point. So I do actually own a zapper and a CRT TV, but, you know, getting this game set up on it. Whoops! I sent one of those hostages to heaven. Okay. Pro tip, let the hostages get on the freaking plane. Help! I wonder... Whoa. No! Gun down a second hostage. I got them out of the camp, and now I'm just killing them for sport. Go away! Oh man, could you imagine if I beat this game? I'm not even trying like that hard. Like I'm trying a little hard, but you know, I'm also trying to talk to you guys. One really weird fact about this game is that it's actually rated as like one of the best games of all time, which totally blew my mind. And it actually is apparently one of the most ported games of all time. I don't know if you guys can believe that, but this game is on countless systems. So, you know, I guess I could have got this game for the NES and played on Zapper. Although, because it's originally an arcade game, that's not really in the spirit of my series here. I'm trying to play things on the original platform, so I kind of had to play the arcade version of this. So I couldn't, once again, use Zapper. But, yeah, this apparently was considered like one of the best games of all time. And if you look at sites that have rated it, it consistently gets like in the 90s. And like, you know what, it's not a bad game, but there's two things that blow my mind about it. One is that for like 15 years, no one's been able to play the legitimate version of this because the light guns are just so hard to come by. And like, none of you guys watching this are probably going to go play the real light gun version of this. So it means that all the ports, I mean, this thing was ported to like PS2, I think PS3, Xbox 360 and stuff, but none of the ports used the proper control scheme. So no one's played the original game forever, yet it's still considered like one of the best games of all time. I don't know, it's crazy. It's just, I don't know what to make of that, honestly. What's happening to me in this scenario? The plane is going off, and I'm like keeping up with the plane. Am I like, I'm Superman in this, aren't I? I would just like to see this guy like running at full speed and like flying next to the plane out of like sheer willpower. Like he has no special powers, he's just like an American soldier that will never give up. Oh god, what was that? I don't know what that was, but I just killed it. Things happen so fast in this game, you don't even have time to realize. Did I just beat the freaking game? Oh my god. Splendid, you're a real pro. Is this George Bush Sr.? It's like a generic American president. He's old, he's white, he looks like he's from the Deep South. Interesting, so now we get to continue to play the game. Alright! Wow. Okay, first of all, I didn't expect to beat this game. Second of all, I don't even know what to say about this game at this point, guys. What do you guys think of all this? Oh, it's cool you can shoot the barrels. I mean, okay, this is hyper-violent Americana from the 80s. You know, I'm clearly shooting up like Middle Eastern or Brazilian dudes or whatever. I mean, this game could be retitled like Commando, where Arnold Schwarzenegger just goes crazy on a bunch of terrorists who basically that's 80s code for foreigners. You know, a game like this, okay, people make a big deal out of things like Mortal Kombat and Duke Nukem 3D for like pushing the envelope like blood and sex and stuff. There were girls in bikinis in this game for absolutely no reason. I'm like shooting guys in the face for like non-stop. And I'm still going, like this guy's a machine, holy crap. But like, yeah, in a lot of ways, in a weird way, this game almost kind of is more offensive and would push the envelope more than some of the games that came after it. I don't know, it's weird. This game is a total mystery to me. I do not know how it is considered one of the best games of all time. Let's go through the pros and cons for a second here. The pros are that it is actually pretty fun to shoot all these dudes here. Even though I don't have a, I'm going down. Even though I don't have a light gun here, I can totally kind of project myself as if I was using a light gun and see what it would be like. And this is fun. I mean, light gun games are fun. We got the high score, that's right. As I rule at this game, guys. Jay will free your hostages. But I can project myself and imagine what it would be like, and even with the mouse is pretty fun. So in terms of gameplay, it's okay. It's a decent game. It's pretty well done. In terms of the cons, though, it is pretty simple in terms of its gameplay. I mean, honestly, I beat the game in like 15 minutes on my second try. Now, admittedly, I'm using a mouse. If you had to aim a gun, it'd be harder, but you know, there's no way to do that. So yeah, it's an interesting game. You know, I'm kind of glad I played it. I mean, the whole point of the Let's Play 1001 Game series, the book that I'm working from, the 1001 Games You Must Play Before You Die, I'm very quickly realizing that it's not like a comprehensive list of the best games that were ever made, but it's almost a list of like the most iconic, the most classic, the things that have a place in history. So in that sense, I can totally say that this is a very interesting game. Certainly if this was the first of its kind, which I believe it was, this is very unique and a very crazy game. I can totally see people lining up to play this in the arcades. Now, how does it hold up? Moderate at best. It might have been the most ported game of all time at one point, but honestly, I don't imagine too many people sitting around playing this for more than like 10 or 15 minutes. So yeah, its con is that the gameplay is very simplistic, and to be honest, pretty damn easy. And another big con that I've already talked about is the fact that you just can't play it the way it's meant to. You can't get a damn light gun. I would love someone to invent a modern light gun. I'm not talking about a Wiimote, because I don't want something that like tracks the screen and such. Because the Wiimote is kind of finicky. Like you can be aiming it dead center at the screen, but if your sensor bar is like misaligned or something, you won't actually see the reticle on the screen. So what I mean is like people need to reinvent the light gun. You can aim at an LCD TV, and whatever you're literally seeing when you look down the scope of the gun, that is the point on which the TV will shoot. And the Wiimote doesn't work that way, I'm sorry, but I believe with all our modern wonders in technology, we can figure out a way to bring the light gun back, and I would love that. If somebody did that, I would be first in line to support that Kickstarter, and I would buy that gun when it came out. Anyway, should you play this game before you die? I would say... You know what? It's a toss-up. You've seen the whole game, because I've just played it, but as I said, for some reason it is kind of satisfying. You know, the longer I play this, the more satisfying it is to shoot these guys. Like, that guy got some bullets to the face. Poor guy. That guy's just rolling around doing some, exercises in the field. These guys are on a boat tour. A lot of bad stuff's happening to these guys. That's what happens when you wander around a jungle aimlessly. An American shows up to ruin your day. Anyway, so yeah, maybe you should play it before you die. I'm kind of really torn on this one. Anyway, guys, if you have enjoyed this video, give me a like, give me a subscribe, because I'll be back in a couple days with a new video and a new game. Hopefully a longer game next time. And we can revisit and see what's going on over that. So until next time, guys, take care of yourselves, and peace.
You have sustained a lethal injury. Sorry, but you are finished here.